Mama K, somebody would have had to have live streamed it with the comments. Get that.
So let me make one thing very, very, very fucking clear.
No.
My quote fallout with Shannon
Pastor Petty's live queen said that
had nothing to do with anything that happened with Queenie yesterday. Okay. Let's make sure that everybody fucking knows that.
a female had called.
And Bougie, you have so much to fucking say. But bitch, you won't even box up with me. Because you know the shit you did. So,
saying that Stephanie should not get a fucking pass for
listen.
Shannon on this bullshit because, frankly, she was in on it this entire time. And a lot of people.
I don't want a motherfucking pass from nobody. Do you understand me?
Just like she did a second ago. She's not holding anything.
I don't want a motherfucking pass from nobody. Do you understand me?
Just like she did a second ago. She's not holding anything.
Oh, I'm pulling the stream right now.
Pull it, baby, please. Stream me right now.
And I'm going to play the parts of Queenie also putting it out there that it was me that made the call. But today it was Stephanie.
Violet, does Mike G live in Texas?
That it was me that made the call. But today it was Stephanie. Yup.
Mike lives in Texas.
I think so.
Oh fuck! I gotta move.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit because you're incorrect, but we ain't gonna correct your dumb ass.
No thanks.
Dumb ass.
No thanks. What part of Texas you from? You don't have to tell me a city, just what part?
It's a few hours north of Dallas.
Oh.
Going through the big D and don't mean Dallas, Shannon.
No hell.
Somebody let this motherfucker know that I'm live so she can stream it. I want Bougie to hear what the fuck I got to say.
Northwest. That's like the longest part of Texas to drive through. My gosh.
Girl, Texas is a fuck.
I know. You know this part name it is when you're going.
So, Bougie, when you decide you want to speak on my DV, bitch. Bitch.
Until you get to the next one, you're like, fuck.
You fucked up.
Here it is.
I'm listening. Hold on, I'm listening.
Oh, here.
Yes, please share it out. Bougie decides she don't speak on me, so fuck you. Let me see if I can share it out, y'all.
That was when she went on a host bill because she was summoning Bernadette into a live, and Bernadette responded and said, "You think I'm stupid? I'm not coming there."
When was that?
Just the other day when she went on her host bill.
I have a question, Dora. Bernadette also got thing from Shannon saying that Megan was showing her DV. So, because I remember being a Megan when Bernadette came over there and started yelling at her.
I was on that call.
So Bernadette does know that she was also lied to.
Absolutely. That's why I told Bernadette, let's call Megan because something's not sitting right.
Okay.
Yep. We were on that call. Shannon told me and Bernadette that she wanted us to use our platform, and I was very honest with everybody. I came on here immediately after that phone call, and I said Shannon tried to drag me and Bernadette in a situation where she wanted us to drag Megan on our platforms because she said we had a large voice.
That's right.
She
Okay.
somebody would take her down.
Dora
Okay.
and Bougie.
Yep. And I told Bernadette, do not fucking do that. I said, don't fall into line with that. No. Because Bernadette was asking questions. She said,
So since Bougie's got so much to fucking say about me, let's talk about her.
people know that it's a very sensitive topic for
I got in a fucking box in Megan's live trying to get this bitch to
straight to Megan. She asked Megan,
open her fucking mouth. She muted and she immediately went to Florida Man.
what is happening here? And
Because this bitch will not own up to everything that she's done. She runs and hides behind Florida Man.
Megan told
And when this disgusting fucking lying ass bitch wants to talk on my DV, bitch, fuck you
she told me
all the way.
She told me and B that it was due to her DV that her husband was abusive.
And as far as getting a pass, let's make sure that it's clear and that it's known that I don't like any of you fucking people on either side. So I don't need a pass from nobody.
Wow. You know, I also found it interesting that about the time that,
This bitch wants to steadily fucking talk about me, but this bitch will never own up to what the fuck she did.
the fact that she was able to, with Stephanie, obviously, be turned into a
See?
victim of Florida Man's over there.
Y'all keep hearing her. All she can do is flap her fucking gums about what Florida Man tells her.
Like, this has all been twisted. And it's all about the people involved. So, as far as I'm concerned, none of these motherfuckers get free passes.
And, you know, for a matter of fact, that Queenie has been in the middle of a lot of shit. And
Can somebody let this motherfucker know?
I said it's funny to me.
I don't give a fuck somebody goes over there because I want her to hear what I have to fucking say.
But then she's going to turn around and shit. And make
And what
excuses
about that
why.
false, I can't have any communication with Stephanie?
Yeah.
What about that?
Only certain people get
I don't care.
standard. And again, you're going to see that.
I hope she hears what the fuck I gotta say because I requested
Teddy decides to
and then
temporarily just to keep
nobody let me up because I was gonna box up with that bitch. And of course nobody's gonna let me up.
a lot more come out. It's why this is what happens when you've been involved in so many different.
And if that didn't show you what type of person Queenie was, because Holly Mae was the initial one that asked for Shannon in a box, and then Queenie wanted to silence Holly Mae and not allow anybody in the box to ask any questions.
That was today.
Yes.
Steph is live again.
Yeah. Please stream it.
That's correct. She didn't want anybody in a box asking any questions. Why didn't you want anybody in a box asking questions, Queenie? Because typically you've done this to several people. You've been the mediator in situations where it went left. So why would you not want people to ask questions? Because you are the main problem.
Bougie of all motherfuckers.
A lot of these lives.
Nobody gets a fucking pass.
I didn't know fucking Queenie.
Well, first of all, I don't want a fucking pass, okay? I do not want a fucking pass from anybody.
And we have been doing stuff on the back end.
But Bougie, since you want to, my name tastes so good in your fucking mouth, Bougie, tell the fucking truth about what you did.
And I'm gonna get that live right now of Moonbeams.
Tell everybody what you did, Bougie.
You can stream Steph's live because she's live.
Yeah, I'm live talking about
Just
you.
a second, guys. I'm actually going to pull Moonbeams because I want the Moonbeam live of when
Is that your vibrator door?
she went live with Queenie.
She said, what day was it going? I can pull it.
Oh yeah, she got a huge pass. But you know what? I don't have to be accepted by nobody.
Here in the recordings.
I'm fully confident in myself. I don't have to be accepted by anybody. Nobody.
Was it on her Moonbeam 3?
So I don't need people on the fucking TikTok to like me.
What they say, T, the 20.
But bitch, you go as fucking far as to want to speak on my DV. You can fuck all the way off.
I think this is it. Hold on. Because Shannon was in a box. Everybody have their coffee? Everybody wash their hands?
Just wait until it gets streamed, y'all, because I'm gonna tell her what I got to fucking say.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, the 27th.
Alright, hold on. I've got the stream. I think it's 3.0 or 3.0 account.
This bitch has got a lot of fucking nerve and gall to say anything about me when she ran and hid behind Florida Man, told all of her fucking lies, said the N-word on live, and then tried to say she had to correct me and Chris for saying that when that's a whole fucking lie. Fuck me, buddy.
Jeff is screaming you. That's because Steph just came in here to tell you guys that she was live.
That's not me, you stupid bitch. That's not me, you stupid bitch.
I knew that was her, Kendall. That's why I said what I said to her, and when she came in here and said Steph is live.
That's not me, you dumb bitch. She's so fucking stupid.
Trying to get to one. Oh, Shannon right here. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, okay?
Snoopy Princess account.
That's not me, you dumb bitch. See how she runs with misinformation?
And of course she's going to talk about me because...
You fucking right I am. I sure am, you stupid cunt.
Being able to come over here and be accepted again. This is just fucking...
Bitch, I don't want to be accepted by anybody. Understand that.
You were not doing the right thing if you don't do it at the time.
This fucking bitch right here.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to get more beans.
It's like, Rivka is making all her illnesses and et cetera, and all you do is sit there and fucking agree with it pretty much and say, oh, really? No, that's not being global. That's being... Okay, don't get the whole story. Don't get the full story. And you as an adult should don't get the full story. You just feel like me.
Is that Shannon's voice?
Like I said, about it, and
I'm not private. Am I just private? I ain't private.
This is a live. I'm learning. Take a listen. I started going live, gosh, last summer, I think, and I am learning so much on this app from people teaching me, directing me, reprimanding me.
Just hold on, y'all. Just hold on, because I want this bitch to hear everything I got to say. Just hold on. Let me get me a cookie. Eat me a cookie. We'll get into it. Robert, I see you in here. Yes, ma'am. Just wait on Bougie. Wait on them to stream me.
Not my intention. I want you guys to listen closely. I know what Shannon is saying. That was not my intention. I think I was just my anger.
Somebody please go fucking correct Bougie that I'm not Snoopy Princess. Dumb bitch.
Do you remember Mrs. Homie going in and telling you, like, you need
Okay, then fucking, it's called blocked and be blessed, baby. Block me. Have a good day. Oh, well, you know what? Let me do you a solid. There you go.
Okay, this is here.
And there was a time where Queenie was actually wanting to have a conversation with me. A genuine conversation with me.
Blocked and be blessed, baby.
There was
Bye-bye.
time prior.
Take your ass over there.
Come back.
Because multiple people on my own. I'm not saying right or wrong. Like I said, I haven't seen it. But for me, like, I'm thinking, okay, her child's well taken care of.
Ain't that funny as fuck? People crazy as fuck coming over here. I mean, don't send this live to me.
Queenie,
Okay, fucking block me, bitch.
but they'll go there and that's that.
Pooh's okay.
You're still not functioning with that.
Only time you block and mute or whatever is just like fuck shit that he says.
Keep listening. This is the same fucking live.
No problem. No problem at all. We addressing bougie now.
And the things that they're putting through to say, the
We're just waiting on Dora to, make sure she's streaming me so bougie can hear it.
extreme word, but he wouldn't listen to me. He wasn't going to listen to me.
Because I hope she hears the shit that I'm fixing to say to her. Because we all know she ran when I got in a box with her in Megan's live, if you all remember.
He had every right.
But she can talk her mad shit over there. I requested a box over there and they wouldn't let me up. So
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I would have called before. No, I'm saying for they said.
we waited, y'all. We waited.
Excuses for his mental health, but Bernadette,
I am streaming her. I am.
Okay, did you hear that? Did you just hear her say, okay, somebody said you're making excuses for Mikey, but you told Bernadette not to use her mental health, and she goes, yeah, Bernadette has physical disabilities. Oh my gosh. Keep listening.
Bingo.
and other individuals. Right. And earlier, and like I told Queenie, not only have I tried to step away from Megan once, I've had to do it twice. But it wasn't.
This is where she comes in a box. Now listen to this conversation.
I said this last time that I realized because multiple
Y'all just come on in, have a seat.
by the way,
I'm just waiting on Dora to stream me so I can say what I need to say. Just come in.
were telling me, Shannon,
If you like bougie, I would highly recommend you block me.
and if you don't do this, if you don't take a step back and you don't do this, it's your downfall.
My feelings won't be hurt.
So I did. I took a step back. And because I was in a private life, and I didn't take one very far, because just a night or two ago, he ended up with Stephanie. No, I mean, I don't think he's talking about. We're not talking about Stephanie. Okay.
We're just waiting, y'all.
I'm talking about
Just
taking
waiting
a step back
patiently.
from Megan. Okay. Now, when I decided to take a step back from Megan, and I do it, yes, now I was actually going to do it kind of
Dumbass bitch.
do it in steps. I was in a private life.
I'm just gonna knock these little peanut butter balls out. I don't have it 3 left.
Doesn't know how to handle rejection. He does not know how to handle when people. Well, of course, Megan, who doesn't know how to handle rejection, and
away because they've had enough of her shit. Megan likes to do what she calls her one-hitter quitter, where she tries to. Megan likes to do what she calls her one-hitter quitter, where she tries to ruin people, destroy people.
She's over in better days. Fucking bitch.
Just like she did with the misfits that decided to step away from her. When Mama V stepped away. And
When she's got so much to say about me. Yeah. Let's talk about it, bougie.
Hey, so Shannon, so I know you don't formally know me, and I everybody in the chat might say that everyone keeps thinking that I'm blue or something, but anyway. So Shannon, I've seen you in quite a few lives, not only Valerie's, but other people's. It seems to me that maybe it would also be beneficial if you worked on some of your anger as well, because I've noticed that you do have a high tenacity level of kind of lashing out and screaming. I think maybe that would also help you in the long run too. I think I've actually done pretty well recently with that, and I do agree. Earlier, I used to be one that used. So I haven't really been going say that. Thank you for that, brother. You're welcome, Sissy. Love your face. Love you too, Holly. Where are you?
Is that the same brother that was sent to Bernadette to collect info?
Here in the dress is that Queenie and I did have a private conversation, and we did talk about a lot of things this morning.
Oh,
Are you
listening to that? Me and... Okay, let's go back.
Taking a step back from Megan.
I said, I'll wait. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Now, when I decided to take a step back from Megan, I was going to do it I was actually going to do it in kind of.
I'm going to fast forward that.
About taking a step back from Megan.
Let's see, it was at 50.
To Queenie and I, but from a lot of other individuals.
Oh, hold on.
A lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't like y'all think y'all sitting here, Regina. Just for me, it's gonna be my first thought is gas free. So
Okay. So I know shit. Hold on, I gotta fast forward that.
Oh, okay.
Back to the part we were at.
was actually wanting to have a conversation with me.
Right here.
So Shannon would do fuck shit.
Right.
Jump in people's boxes and shit, and none of us even fucking knew about it. So, I mean, half the time, we didn't know what the fuck she was talking to or who she was talking to.
And sometimes you got to take the blinders off and you gotta look at everything, right? And sometimes you got to take a step back and actually listen to what certain people are trying to say to you. Right. And there was a time where Queenie was actually wanting to have a conversation with me, a genuine conversation with me.
Y'all want to see my nails? Since I got them done, since we just waiting. Let me show y'all my nails, what I did to them today.
Queenie and I, but from a lot of other individuals.
Yes, ma'am, she sure did.
And other individuals. Right. Andrew, still here?
We painted them red this time.
Not only have I tried to step away from Megan once, I've had to do it twice. But it wasn't until this last time that I realized.
She does need serious help.
Because I've had to do it twice. But it wasn't until that I realized people.
She sure does.
By the way, people that truly care.
And all I got to say is, boy, he just. She sure does.
By the way, people that truly care.
He just, her little newfound love just don't even know what he's getting himself into.
If you don't take a step back and you don't do this,
Newfound love just don't even know what he's getting.
Take a step back and you don't do this, it's going to be your downfall.
Oh no, we know.
So I did. I took a step back, and because I was in a private life, and you didn't take one step back, and because I was in a private life.
Pooh, you are allowed to express how you feel, honey. And Pooh, you are allowed to express how you feel, honey.
Taking a step back from Megan. Did you hear her say, "This is not Stephanie"? Now we need it. When I decided this is not Stephanie, to take a step back from Megan, I was gonna do it in a. I was actually gonna do it in kind of a, I was gonna do it to take a step back from Megan. I was gonna do it in a. I was gonna do it in steps, right? But I was in a private life, and unfortunately, some people that you think that you know are not always your friends. That I had addressed that I was gonna take a step back from Megan.
Yeah, girl.
Well, then if you
Just know we all have been holding this. Just know we.
Well, then, of course, Megan,
Kind of like bougie, extra baggage.
and does not know how to handle, when people. Well, then, of course, Megan, who
Kind of like bougie, extra.
doesn't know how to handle, and does not. Well, then, of course, Megan, who doesn't know how to handle rejection, and does not know how to handle when people decide to walk away because they've had enough of her shit. Megan likes to do what when people decide to walk away. Megan likes to do what she calls her one-hitter quitter, where she tries to. Megan likes to do what she calls her one-hitter quitter, where she tries to ruin people, destroy people. Just like she did with the misfits that decided to step away from her.
Let me plug his phone up so it don't die.
When Bean stepped away, and when Tabby stepped away, Lima Bean and all them stepped away. Hey, so I think you don't formally know me, and I everybody in the chat might say that everyone keeps thinking that we were talking.
Girl, I know. I see it. I know.
So, Shannon, I've seen you in quite a few lives, not only Valerie's, but other people's. It seems to me that maybe it would also be beneficial if you worked on some of your anger as well, because I've noticed you do have a high tenacity level of kind of like, it would also be beneficial because I've noticed you do have a high talent screaming. I think maybe that would also help you in the long run too. I think I've actually done pretty well recently with that, and I do agree. Earlier, I used to be one that used. So I have Thank you for that, brother.
Bougie now saying misinformation. I think Steph probably was behind her stepping from Megan. Bougie now saying misinformation. I think Steph probably was behind her stepping. Just the constant fucking lies. The constant lies coming from this bitch's mouth. Constant. You can't believe nothing this bitch says.
Are you ready to talk to them?
Lies coming from this bitch's mouth. Constant. Bitch says.
Are you ready to talk to them about some of the stuff we talked about? Are you ready to talk to them about that stuff?
This part is what sketched me out when I first heard it too.
Are you ready to talk to them about that yet?
Sugies, you can fuck all the way off, bitch.
Are you ready?
Sugies, you can fuck all the way off, bitch.
And then Shannon shows up on live saying that EPO was dropped.
Leather feces, did you forget everything you did last year? What do we do? Call Bougie out?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like I said, I've talked to you about it, and I addressed to you about it, I think it needs to happen. I really do. I think it needs to happen.
This was so fucking coached and so coerced.
Real quick so I can eat. Okay. Lila, do you want to say something?
Stephanie is hipper, HIPPER, focused on Bougie. It's always someone else, right? Right, Bougie, that's what you do.
But either that's my, or the
say you were in a line with Stephanie and others, and I'm not going to talk about Stephanie because you just don't want to talk about her. But you all were playing back the
All
line
these people, y'all, that fucking, they know me so well, don't they?
about what had been said while
Never even had a fucking conversation with me, but they know me so fucking well,
Clip this and I'm gonna post it.
don't they?
Notice when Shannon says that, she says about this long conversation I had with Quinny, and she lets us know it was 3 hours at the end. Quinny immediately goes, are you sure you want to talk to them about that? Some of the stuff that we talked about, because I think it needs to happen.
Phoebe and I had a private conversation this morning, and I feel like
See, I didn't even know she even had a fucking private conversation with Queenie.
she can go ahead and stream because what people need to I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. What people need to understand is that regardless of what I say, right? I don't expect people to change your opinions about me, how you think about me. You can continue to still hate me, dislike me, whatever the case may be. You can continue to still hate me, what I decided to do this morning, it should have happened a long time ago. And Queenie and I should have had this conversation a long time ago. But the reason why this conversation couldn't be held, because there was a said conversation to be held.
Pay attention. Shannon says, Queenie had reached out to me prior to have this conversation to be held. Pay attention. Shannon says had reached out to me prior to have this conversation, but somebody interfered with that, aka Megan.
Can I just quickly say something? Shannon, we've all been around. Shannon, we've all been around long enough. You know what I'm saying?
27.
Person that didn't let a conversation happen. Come on now.
27.
Person that didn't let come on now. I understand that you and Megan are into it. I don't know what you guys are into it about, but I understand that you guys are into it. It doesn't just push the blame onto.
I'm not pushing the blame on her, Holly. I'm not pushing the Holly blame. I'm not pushing the blame.
Okay, so if anybody wants to screen record this and send it to Dora for her to fucking play, that'll be fine. But I'm not going to waste all day.
I'm not pushing the Holly blame. I'm not pushing the blame.
Okay, send it to Dora for her to fucking play, that'll be fine. But I'm not going to waste all day with this. So what I'm going to say to Bougie is this. My name tastes so fucking good in your mouth that you can't seem to fucking move along with your fucking life because, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. Speaking on my DV situation, bitch, fuck you. Life because, bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. Bitch, fuck you. That's what I gotta say. You don't know nothing. You'll never know nothing. And you can't even fess up and tell everybody. You don't know nothing. You can't even fess up and tell everybody what the fuck you did. You ran behind Florida Man because you were so fucking scared that your shit was going to be outed. No, she's scared that your shit was going to be outed. No, she's got. Oh, just wait. Florida Man will be in there in a minute just to fucking speak on her. Bougie, why did you fucking lie to everybody and say you had a no? There is nobody I need acceptance from, okay? Nobody. I don't need acceptance from you or anybody on this fucking app. You are a fucking liar. You lie about everything. You can't even stand on their own fucking app. You are a fucking about everything. Fucking feet and tell your truth. You have to run and hide behind somebody. Bitch, fuck you. Fucking feet and tell your somebody. Bitch, fuck you. Bitch, fuck you.
Yes, I don't involve myself in making accounts to tell people.
No, you're obsessed with a man that you want to fuck. You are you.
Yes, I don't involve myself in making accounts to tell people.
No, you're obsessed with a man that you want to. You are obsessed with the man that you want to fuck, and you won't tell anybody the truth.
Stephanie and Bougie right now.
Sick making accounts.
You're fucking, and you won't tell anybody the truth.
Sick making accounts.
Sick. You are sick in the fucking head. Just tell everybody you want to fuck this man, and everything will be fine. Sick. You are sick in the fucking head. Just tell everybody.
Exactly. Make her irrelevant because she loves to hear her talk.
Oh yeah, and you don't want anybody to talk. You got to have somebody to talk for you. See how I got cut off, y'all? You see how, and you don't want anybody to talk. You got to have somebody to talk for y'all. You see how I got cut off? Because that bitch don't want to hear the fucking truth. She don't want to hear the fucking truth. The only problem this bitch has is that she wants to fuck Petty. That's what's wrong.
Take my blinders off
Oh.
about Megan.
Trying to get him off the app. She's not trying to do any of that. She wants to fuck this man so bad, but she will not come out and fucking admit it. And she had Dora cut that shit off quick. If everybody will take, like they just said, take your blinders off. Bougie has gone from group to group to group to group to group because she does fucking vile, disgusting shit. And when I called her out on it, she didn't fucking like it. She ran to Florida Man for fucking vile, disgusting shit. And she ran to Florida Man for Florida Man to fucking trash me, put out some false ass information about me. And that's how she ran and hid behind him. And she ran to Florida Man for Florida Man to fucking trash me about me. And that's how she ran and hid behind him, and she still does. She don't want anybody to know what the fuck she did. And that's how she ran and hid behind him. And she don't want anybody to know what the. So all those people that sit over there with her, you know the funny part? Muffin Man sitting in the fucking box with her. And do you know this bitch sent me every bit of Muffin Man's information? Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? Because there's no telling the fucking box with her. And do you know this bitch sent me every bit? Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? Lies on the back end that she has told Muffin Man to make Muffin Man believe her. Lies on the back end that she has told to make Muffin Man believe her. This bitch is a pathetic and pathological liar. But what this bitch, but what she won't do is she will not speak on my DV. She will not. Not. Oh yeah, honey. And as soon as Dora did stream it, honey, she was like, I don't want to turn that off. Don't want to hear that. So, honey, she was like, I don't want. So, just to make it fucking clear, I don't need anybody's acceptance. I don't need anybody's pass. Just to make it fucking clear, I don't need anybody's pass, as you call it. I don't need any of that because I have my group of friends and I don't need to be accepted or wanted by anybody else because I can stand on my own 2 feet. But this bitch right here cannot. This bitch will never stand on her own 2 feet. She right here cannot. This bitch will never runs and hides behind people to protect her. Bougie's done so much fuck shit on this fucking app. Runs and hides behind people. Bougie's done so much fuck shit on this fucking app. Just wait, sit back, wait, and watch all of that shit fall apart. Because this bitch cannot tell the truth to save her fucking life. So just wait. It's coming. So I'm gonna, now for the third time, I'm gonna get off this fucking app. But if everybody will open their eyes up and see the fuck shit that Bougie's been doing and all the shit that she done to people, and then you've got people that she fucked over, doxed, and everything that Bougie's been doing, and all the shit that she done to people, fucked over, doxed, and everything else, accepting her. Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need to be accepted by anybody. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm good right where I'm at. I don't need anything from anybody. I'm good right where I don't have to speak to either side. I am perfectly fine right here where the fuck I am. I did what was right this morning, and I told Megan, and that's where it needs to stay. But Bougie wants to keep my name in her fucking mouth when this bitch has never, ever, ever admitted to anything that she has done wrong. And her cop out now is she has done wrong is I have a no contact with her. Y'all, never once have I received any no contact with her. Never once have I've not received any kind of PO or any kind of paperwork, just like with the Muffin Man shit. I've never received anything. So I've not received any kind of PO or any kind of paperwork, just like with the Muffin Man shit. I've never. Pop out now is she's running and hiding behind Florida Man, and then comes up with the fucking excuse she has no contact. That's a lie. Pop out now is she's running and hiding behind Florida Man. She has no contact. That's a lie, y'all. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. So he has no contact. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. Maybe everybody will open their fucking eyes to this bitch too. But everybody will open their fucking eyes to this bitch too. But just sit back and watch. Just wait. It'll all fall apart. And Bougie will turn on somebody. And that'll be a fucking shit show too. Just wait. It'll all fall apart. And that'll be a fucking shit. Bougie condones the fucking Florida Man's behavior. And she's good with anything if it makes her look good. When she looks like a motherfucking clown right now. And while I'm on my rant, when she looks like a motherfucking clown right now. And while I'm on my rant, maybe Brian needs to know the things that her screen name needs to know and the way she talks to Florida Man, because I don't know that his wife, he would like it that his wife was doing the fucking shit that she was doing. And the way she talks to Florida Man, because she was doing. You're a gross ass bitch. And you'll always be a bitch until you about that life. Stop talking on me, bitch. And you'll always be a bitch until you about that life. Because I can assure you, I'm about that life. So you won't, because I can assure you about that life. So you want some, come get